Yo, what up everybody? I am coming at you with an updated Windwalker guide. Now, I made a Windwalker guide for 8.1. 8.15 is almost upon us. But since that guide, I've learned a few things. I want to correct myself on some things in those guides so you guys aren't having the wrong information. I've definitely changed my mind on a few things as well. So, the main things I wanted to talk to you about that I've kind of learned, I'm going to go through all the talents again. Still, I feel like Chi Wave is the best option. Mostly, like I said, always playing Tiger's Lust. Mostly always. I'm always playing Tiger's Lust. In basically every single threes games and in most situations, I'm playing Ascension, even in like twos games. But after messing around a little bit more in duels and 1v1 situations, I actually really like Fists of the White Tiger. I feel like even if you're playing 2v2, if you're playing a double DPS comp, I think Fist of the White Tiger could be good as well. It's just a really quick way to build up your chi. That being said, if you don't want to play Fist of the White Tiger, Reverse Harm is also really good at building up your chi at the beginning of the game. If you want to just sit behind a pillar, you can spam your Reverse Harms as a chi generator. And I'd say one thing that I've improved on a lot, and I think is really important for Windwalker monks, is that you are using your Reverse Harm on cooldown. You've got to get it in your muscle memory because it's better than Tiger Palm in every way, and it is such an optimal way to build chi, especially when you don't have uptime on a target, when you're hiding behind a pillar. That way, when you do finally get there, you have, 5-6 chi that you can dump on a target and take them down really, really quickly. So make sure you guys are doing that, and if you're playing Ascension, make sure that's like really built into your muscle memory, because you're not going to have Fist of the White Tiger or Energizing Elixir to build up that chi really quickly for like a Fist of Fury if you want to get the game started early. For the 60 row, my opinions really haven't changed here. I think Good Karma is still strong. I think Tiger Tail Sweep can be really good as well. Tiger Tail Sweep is something I've realized is kind of needed against people that play Adaptation. So if you're playing against someone in a duel or a 2v2 or a 3v3 or any sort of PvP situation, they're playing Adaptation, you actually need Tiger Tail Sweep to get them in a full stun, and you can kind of abuse that against them as well, because they're forced to trinket your first leg sweep, so you can just throw your leg sweep, run in cap, leg sweep them, and then run away, and you can actually just wait 50 seconds, and you have that 10-second burst window before Adaptation comes back up, where you can take down someone rather quickly. So it's another little thing that, I've always kind of known that, but something I've been focusing on recently, especially in duels, since the duel tournament is coming up soon. But yeah, Good Karma is still strong. Bring a Peace is exceptional utility. A lot of the time, people, when you karma, they just stop attacking into you. They just assume you have good karma. So I feel like recently you can get away with Ring of Peace a lot more, which is obviously a super strong button. Anything like a mage, or if you're playing against a team, basically against the paladin. If you're playing against a paladin and they can bop off your Touch of Karma, you're going to get way more value on Ring of Peace. And against a lot of teams, you're going to get a lot of value on Ring of Peace to just avoid damage rather than get the heal up on Good Karma, because a lot of the time people won't attack through Touch of Karma. They know it's going to heal you, unless it's like an all-in comp and you're the only one that's going to go down. I think you can get away with Ring of Peace a lot more, so definitely experiment with that, because it is so good for zone control and for defense. 75 row, same thing. I play Diffuse Magic and Dampen Harm every game. I never really play Inner Strength. Diffuse Magic against casters, Dampen Harm against more physical damage. The 90 row, I've mostly been playing Hit Combo basically every single game. Invokes When I think can be good in some specific matchup that you're trying to play a mega rushdown comp, but even then I think you're safe to just play Hit Combo every game. Invokes When could be good in like duels if you really want to rush someone down, but you lose a lot of value from Hit Combo. 6% damage is nothing to snub at. It's the equivalent of having like a trinket, like an on-use trinket, pop the entire game, so try to think of it that way. For the 100 row, in my 8-1 guide, I said I was playing Serenity. I'd say a week after that guide, maybe like a couple days after the guide, I realized I don't like Serenity at all. Serenity is the reason for it. I'll tell you right now, and this is one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video, is the reason why I don't think Serenity is that great, because you can get CC'd on it so easily. You pop Serenity, everyone freaks out. People know how much damage it does, and it's just super all in. And with the way people respond to it now, without having Fists of Fury stun. It's so easy for someone to just blink away from your Serenity or incap you on your Serenity or HOD you on, you know what I mean? You can get CC on your Serenity quite easily. Whirling Dragon Punch, however, is really strong. And one little tip I wanted to give you guys, and it's something I've kind of come to discover recently. You can actually, one of the good things about your images is your images, when you use Fists of Fury, even if you get crowd controlled, they will continue to cast Fists of Fury. So you channel your Fists of Fury and you get feared right now, your images are going to keep attacking, or you get polyed, or you get incapped. You're still going to get 66% of your burst off in that window with your images. So obviously really powerful. You're still doing 2/3 of your damage even when you are crowd controlled. So I think in a lot of situations where you're trying to do damage, getting your Fists of Fury channeling is a high priority. Now, people often ask me what are my thoughts on canceling your Fists of Fury for Whirling Dragon Punch. And although Fists of Fury is a shoot ton of damage, and you want to try to take advantage of that as often as possible, I find myself a lot of the time canceling my Fists of Fury and using Whirling Dragon Punch to get off additional burst. And when you do this, you'll be interested to know you actually will continue to, your images will continue to channel Fists of Fury. So if you Fists of Fury and you Whirling Dragon Punch, your images will still cast Fists of Fury. So you're not losing out on that much damage, and you're getting that extra burst on your Whirling Dragon Punch, which is a lot of burst damage. So you want to make sure, before a stun ends, before someone kites away, before your Touch of Death hits, you want to get that Whirling Dragon Punch up, and it can be a crucial part of your rotation. You don't have to wait till the end of your fists, because your images anyways, like shown here, are going to keep channeling that Fist of Fury, even if you're pressing other globals. So you can even weave in like a Rising Sun Kick, which is going to be more damage because your images will Rising Sun Kick while channeling Fists of Fury. So keep your uptime high on your Rising Sun Kick, on your Whirling Dragon Punch. It's going to be more single target damage, and you'll still get the added benefit of having your images cast Fists of Fury. So those are just a few things I want to talk about. In my last guide as well, I was talking about PvP talents, and I said the only talent I would really switch out is Reverse Harm. Cancel. Never. I will never switch out of Reverse Harm. I think Reverse Harm is the greatest ability Windwalker monks have, and I can't imagine a world not having Reverse Harm. So if anything, keep Reverse Harm over anything else. So I've completely 180'd my position on that. Most of the time I will be playing Fist of Fury. I think the snare is really strong. The extra cleave damage is also really good. But I find in a lot of games you can get away with not using Fortifying Brew, and I think you should push the envelope on that. Fortifying Brew is an amazing defensive cooldown. There's no doubt about it. Super strong in 1v1, super strong in Arena too, but there are a lot of matchups where you can just be greedy. You can be a greedy guess and sneak in Alpha Tiger if you want to get additional single target damage. Alpha Tiger is really strong. Basically what it does, every time you Tiger Palm a target, you get 30% haste. And the way to really maximally use this talent to its maximum effectiveness is to tab target. So even if I was killing Training Bag, I could run over here and Tiger Palm this guy instead, and then I keep the Tiger Palm buff up for a 30% haste. It's also kind of broken against pet classes like Demonology Warlocks, Unholy Death Knights. It's really, really strong because you can just tab target a ghoul and keep off this buff in order to get 30% haste, which is huge for energy regen. And Fist of Fury, you basically just have Bloodlust, which is really, 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 really strong. So Alpha Tiger is definitely something you can play around with. And then, yeah, of course, I've still been messing around a little bit with talents like Windwaker. I think Windwaker is really, really strong. You can play Range Disable, Ride the Wind. Most of the talents Windwalker monks have are strong. The only one I don't really play is Pressure Points ever. I don't think I've ever spec'd Pressure Point, to be completely honest with you. But I heard there's tales of some European monks messing around with it. So maybe something you could experiment with. I know it's a really fun battleground talent. You can just run around Touch of Deathing everyone that gets to 10% and steal everyone's killing blows. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video. I know maybe it was a little long-winded, but I wanted to correct myself on some things I've learned since 8.1. And another thing is I'm not playing triple open palm strikes. I always like to play the Fury of Zwen. I think the extra haste for energy regen and the extra burst you get from summoning a little Zwen, especially during your Fist of Fury, can be really, really strong. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, it's fun, man. Windwalker monks are a blast. I think they're really strong in this patch, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. And thanks for watching the video, guys.